Hey y'all, thanks for stopping by. So, over the last week, I've noticed this distinct vibe shift in the Democratic Party with their messaging. For most of my life, it seems like they've had this whole moral high ground, when they go low, we go high sort of tactic that they've taken with the GOP, which I don't necessarily disagree with. I think it's a good idea to treat your political opposition or any kind of opposition with at least a level of respect and decorum. The issue with that is I don't see it replicated. The average GOP elected official or voting base, they say really heinous things about their opposition. Stuff about how they're all groomers or that they're part of blood cults, the adrenochrome stuff that some of these conspiracy theorists like to come up with. And it's weird. I think a lot of us have acknowledged that, but they just, we don't really comment on it directly because I guess we all assume that it's like we agree with each other. But now we're saying it out loud. I would put this solely on the governor of Minnesota, Tim Walz. He's apparently on the short list for Vice President Harris's running mate for the upcoming 2024 election. But yeah, I put this completely on him. If anything, this should get him the nomination just for putting this worm in people's minds that this is now okay to say. He had an interview with MSNBC that went like this.
These are weird people on the other side. They want to take books away. They want to be in your exam room. That's what it comes down to. And don't, get sugarcoating this. These are weird ideas. Listen to them speak. Listen how they talk about things.
And what he's saying is true. And I agree with him. This should not be sugarcoated in any way. I understand that you might feel strongly about using that type of language. There's plenty of people on the GOP and on the conservative leaning side who say this is juvenile to do. That using the word weird to describe your opposition, they say that it's elementary, it's like a schoolyard insult, but it's right. Look at the stuff you want to implement in this country. Look at the way that you're nosy about other people's business. You want to tell doctors the type of operations they can perform. You want to tell therapists the type of methodology to use. You want them to use outdated methods. You want them to keep things like conversion therapy in place, even though we are aware and we have documentation that shows this doesn't work. You want to keep people from voting. You want to keep people from participating into the democratic process. It's weird. It's anti-American, I would say, or at least the idea of America, of what it should be. That people have personal liberties and freedoms that they should be able to not be beholden to a governmental structure. And for the GOP, who claims they're this grand party of small government and personal responsibility, they want to make everybody else's personal responsibility their own. It's weird. There's no better way to put this. And don't let them mix this up because there's going to be people. I saw somebody comparing Kamala Harris's stepdaughter, saying that, oh, well, this is weird. And it's like, you're getting this mixed up. You're getting the keep Austin weird, Wes Anderson side character weird, mixed up with, uncle who you can't leave alone at Thanksgiving because he might touch one of the little ones weird. Y'all are the second weird. The GOP is definitely that second weird. I think we all can acknowledge that at this point. I mean, look at the guy you're running. You have an Epstein buddy, multi-billionaire financier from New York, but no, y'all are the normal party. You have a vice presidential candidate who hangs out in group chats with teenagers and groypers, but you're the normal party. Meanwhile, I've seen people try and call out Vice President Harris's husband for admittedly being a little dorky and waving at his wife when she came into some room. But that's weird. Loving your wife is weird. Having a family is weird. But being racist online and sharing Wojaks is normal. I don't know. I think this is really straightforward. I think you should hammer on to this. Obviously, their policies are bad, and their policies are weird, which you should talk about those for sure, but just their messaging, their belief structure, their personal ethics are weird, and it should be talked about more. So, I hope you can keep doing that. God bless Tim Waltz for putting this in people's minds, because it's effective. They don't like being called weird. They don't like being called out for the weird stuff they do, so we should definitely keep doing it. And I guess until we see more Republicans and conservatives getting mad at getting called out for their behavior, y'all try to have a good day.